Good morning, my loves. What's shaking? What's shaking? This morning, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about integrity. And so, uh, on Daily Ritual, all of the teachers are kind of working with concepts known as biotensegrity. And biotensegrity is this. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. So for a long time, when we would dissect the body, they would like scrape off this viscous tissue, also known as fascia, and they would scrape it off to try and to like get to what they considered was the most important or vital parts of the body to learn the body, such as the muscles and the organs and all of this stuff. Now, now we understand that the fascia is so freaking important. It's like it's the thing that keeps us contained. It's the thing that holds us together. It's the thing that weaves and winds and connects every single part of our body to each other. So there's not one place that fascia isn't connected to in our whole body. So that is like our eyes, our muscles, our organs, our skin, our bones, everything. Now let's take this like one little step further. So we understand now like fascia is super important, and it's connecting all of the parts of our body. And there's not one part that it doesn't touch. Now, this one step further says that actually our body is consisting entirely of fascia. So that while we see our muscle as this muscle, it's actually just a protein of fascia. And same with our blood, actually. Like our blood is just a different modulation or manifestation of fascia, and our bones are just a more dense kind of fascia. So everything in our whole body is now fascia. So isn't that crazy that we went from such an isolated um, idea of the body, where we were trying to, dissect all the parts, take your tricep, take your bicep, that, and like really take the pieces apart to understand the body. Now we understand that that's actually not how the body's working at all. In fact, all parts are connected. All things are one continuous, interconnected. Like there is no separation throughout your whole body system. Now, the beautiful thing about fascia is that it is working with this idea of tensegrity. So this tension and tone that is held together by essentially structures in this tensegrity model that are struts and strings or something. So the tensegrity isn't like the best idea of the body, because the body is so much more biological, and tensegrity would be a system more that would be mechanical. So we take that into biotensegrity, which is this viscous um, web-like matrix that works with tension and tone, this constant conversation of stretching and releasing, but holding a form in the most mm, beautiful and connected way. So the body is all fascia. All parts are fascia. Even how we have isolated them into organs and bones and blood and muscles and all of this sort of stuff, it's still one continuous, interconnected body system. No part in your body, like if I move right here, most other parts of my body are having a conversation as well. So that little movement here moves and affects the rest of my body. Now, when we start to work and move in a holistic way, we bring this idea of integrity into into our world, that we can move with integrity, that all parts are moving from this really centered, perfect, um, self organizing, self emerging, self generating, self evolving space of being. Um, there's this beautiful kind of idea. So, integrity, to have deep core stability, to be anchored firmly in a sense of inner purpose, to have that feeling radiate through our posture, our movement, and our presence. So, in this idea of integrity, we're almost always like seeking through observation. We're looking at our flaws, and we're looking at flaws inside and outside so that we may manifest it ourselves into a higher state of perfection. And when we think about the body and how that's moving, of course, we have all these like mental ideas of how the body works and how it moves and how we think it should. I'm going to do some bicep curls and, pump up my arm. I'm going to do some butt workout, get my glutes fired up. But actually, the whole system is working together and it is perfect in its nature. But we can also bring higher awareness into our alignment, into our posture, into the ways in which we're moving to unite and to move as this holistic system. So that we're consistently seeking to embody perfection. Because at our truth, at our like cellular knowing, we're perfect. Like there's nothing to change. Um, and and we could also evolve the way we move, the way we posture ourselves, how integrated we are as a system. Um, and obviously, that is all always starting within. So that inward reflection that starts to radiate outwards. The body is a beautiful tool that we can, physically work with, that we can really bring and ground in that understanding of interconnected integrity of being. Um, so I'll kind of like put this into a posture. We're gonna do hands and feet, all fours, hands and feet, and in Bowspring it's called crouching cat. In yoga it's called downward dog, and I kind of move between a blend of both. So kind of creating this really informed tension and tone conversation of alignment and posture and movement. Okay, so we'll start on the mat, and you can just make your way into an all fours position. Actually, let's start in hands and knees. And we'll set this up like that. And in this space, we want the belly to be long. So instead of having quite a closed little container here where the hands are quite close to the knees, you're going to walk the hands forward ahead of the shoulders. The elbows are going to externally rotate outward. So instead of elbow eyes, in the elbow eye, instead of it facing forward, we want it to face inward. So that means we externally rotate the elbow out. The knees are underneath of the hips, and you can see that there's this beautiful opportunity for the belly to be so long. In this space, you can see I have curves in my spine, that I'm not searching to find that flat back. I'm really honoring the natural alignment of my spine. Slide your hips back, press down the mat so that we really fill the space and broaden the area between the shoulder blades. And the opposite of that would be pulling the shoulder blades together on the back. And you can see that that looks quite collapsed. And so we really want to honor our heart space, honor our spine, push, fill, hold the openness through the back of your heart. Slide your hips back, tuck your toes, and lift up into hands and feet. The feet can be as wide as your hips and or as wide as the mat. You want to take up space if that feels better for your body. Bend into the knees and just feel that springiness there. Now let's add some good information. Okay, so we'll bend the knees and then slide the hips wide and high. Now you don't have to straighten the leg. In fact, it's always really nice and loving to your body to keep gentle bends. So always that joint protection, right? So little bends in the knees, but slide the hips wide and high. And as you do that, you'll feel this light up through the back line of your leg. The toes, connect your big toe like it's pressing down onto a button and dragging back. Now the heels are hovering. Um, if you're too far forward, you'll probably be up on your tippy toes. You want more paw on the mat. Bend the knees, root the hips wide and high. The paws, the toe pads and mounds, are going to press down and out to the side. And you should feel now that lights up into the side and the back of your leg, all the way up into the glute medius. Paws press down and out. Big toe button press down, drag back. Root your hips wide and high. You want to keep the belly nice and long, but fill through the heart. So elbows externally rotate outward and then press the ground away to broaden through the back. So we don't want to have a collapse here. We want to be full and open through the back of the heart. The hips slide back wide and high. The hands are ahead of the shoulders. You can pulse forward and back here. Pause, press down and out, down and back, and then reach your heart forward. Bend, hips stay high and wide. Heart stretches forward, press down the mat. Bend, resist your pause down and out. Dig down the big toe, button press down, subtle drag back. Hips root high, heart pulls forward, crown reaches forward. Hips sit back wide. Root the hips up towards the sky. And then slide your heart forward. Now you can add a little bit of shifting, twisting the hips from side to side. And just notice that these little motions, these movements connect you to so many different areas of the body, that this whole body system is turned on. There's not one part that isn't alive and engaging for movement. So when we think about integrity, we think about really rooting into alignment. So working with the curves of the spine. We want to turn on all of our muscles and create this beautiful synchronicity of tension and tone throughout the body. And yeah, that's going to really dial you into your core stability, your ability to maintain presence inward and out. And it's challenging, right? And so it's meeting these challenges with openness, with excitement, with curiosity. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. It's really cool to start to work with the body and learn how we turn on all of the muscles or create this even myofascial tone on all sides of the body, and learning the tips, the ideas of how to do that is really supportive to any movement practice. At Daily Ritual, we're all working with honoring the natural curvature of the spine. And so we're not pulling the shoulders back and shoving our heart forward. We're really keeping the heart space, the rib cage wide on all sides. Like you can imagine the heart in the center of your rib cage. And from there, we expand and open all sides so that there's this buoyancy, this this openness through the whole rib cage versus a shutting of the back and a projecting of the front. We're going to lift the chin and open the throat, and that's going to really honor the cervical spine moving inward. And the lumbar is going to move inward slightly. The glutes are going to mount up to support. So there's so many little details that we can work with to find more alignment in our body. And so many ways to turn on the body, to engage all parts for movement. And yeah, just loving that idea of integrity, and like how it is not just of the body, that the body is integrity, um, it is perfect, and it is working together beyond our capacity of understanding it. Everything is interconnected, and this is on our micro level in our body experience, but also with everything. Um, and that there is a perfection in ourselves and in the whole everywhere, in as much as we see the flaws and we see the imperfection, if you will, of the world, of ourselves, of people around us. There's higher awareness, there's higher knowing that everything is perfect, but also, and we can work with ideas of movement and posture, and this inner core stability, this presence of being, and this yeah, finding our inner purpose to have high integrity, to have to walk that path of perfection that is, of course, not a judgment but a cellular knowing. Okay, I love you guys. um, let me know if you try on that little all fours, hands and feet, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Happy Halloween. I love you, I love you, I love you, and peace out. Oh, come move with us. www.dailyritual.live. You can try a free class with any of the teachers. You just go to our homepage, um, and you can sign up for it. It's on there somewhere. So yeah, do that, and we'll see you there. Peace out.